This is NBA Showtime with your host, Bob Costas.
And this is the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, site of the 43rd annual NBA All-Star Game. Many of the usual cast members will be on hand: Jordan, Isaiah, Pippen, Barkley, Drexler, Malone. But some of the NBA's newest stars will be on display as well. Hello, everybody. Bob Costas here, and this is a time of transition in Washington and also in Salt Lake City, which today, at least, is the capital of the NBA. 6 first-time All-Stars will be in action this evening, a showcase for the league's future. But none will be as carefully watched as the Orlando Magic's brilliant rookie, Shaquille O'Neal, the first-ever NBA All-Star born in the 1970s. I'll be joined by Magic Johnson for a visit with Shaq in a few minutes. But right now, let's head down to the East locker room where Ahmad Rashad is standing by with the 20-year-old phenom. Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. Shaquille, everybody's been talking about you the entire week. You got to be a little bit excited about this All-Star game.
I am. I'm having a pretty good year. I'm just glad to be here with guys like Michael, Isaiah, Hakeem, and I'm just go out, get a few dunks, have a good time, laugh, and then go home.
But you told me now that one of the players that gives you a tough time is Hakeem Olajuwon. Well, they have Hakeem and David Robinson double-teaming you today. How do you feel about that?
I'll just get the ball to Mike and try to get the rebound.
See, that's what it's like when you're on an All-Star team. You just throw it to anybody and it works.
That's right. That's right.
So you're having a good time?
Yes, I am.
All right. Have a good time out on the court. Thank you. All right, let's go over to Hannah.
Okay, thanks, Ahmad. I'm joined by the two centers from the Midwest Division who will be trying to stop the rookie sensation Shaquille O'Neal, 4-time All-Star David Robinson of San Antonio, 8-time All-Star Hakeem Olajuwon of Houston. Now, David, you haven't played Shaq, so let's talk to Hakeem first, because you had a great game against him in November, outscored him 22-12. What made you so effective against Shaquille?
I guess I was lucky, you know. But he's a great player, very physical, and very aggressive on the rebounding end.
So do you have any advice for David here?
Well, David just have to play his game. I have all the confidence in him, so just make him shoot over a hand. Yeah.
Okay, now, David, you don't meet Shaq until a week from today in a game on NBC. What did Paul Westphal tell you guys, though? What advice did he have for you?
Just said keep that big body out of the paint. You know, he's big and strong, and everybody comments on how quick he is. And my whole thing is probably just to keep him away and try to make them shoot that jump shot. But if that fella gets around that basket, I got a feeling I'm going to have to move out the way so I don't get in any dunk pictures or anything.
Hey, is there a sense, you know, this guy's getting all the attention here. Is there a sense that you want to shut him down a little bit?
I don't think we're going to have fun. I mean, obviously we're not going to go out there and just let him do whatever he wants to do. But this isn't a game that really matters. I think next week it'll be one that really matters for us. So you'll see a different story. But today, if he wants to dunk, he can have all the national limelight he wants. As long as he doesn't embarrass me, that's all right.
You don't want to be on the other end of that one. Okay, let's send it now to Pete Vesey.
Thank you. Michael, last year most of the attention was riveted on Magic Johnson. This year much of the focus is on Shaquille O'Neal. Are we missing someone here, or are you beyond caring about exhibition games or trying to prove anything in them?
Well, I don't think I have to prove anything. You know, maybe they are missing me a little bit, but that, you know, it doesn't bother me at all. I think Shaquille deserves it. I mean, he's come in with a lot of flair, and certainly his ability is, you know, is a lot of expectations on it. So he deserves the attention.
Friday night, you, Scottie Pippen, and myself were the only ones not at Media Day. Of course, I'm the only one not getting fined. What is it, both of us don't want to hang out with writers?
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, neither one of us wanted to go and hear what the writers had to say, but I think they're making a big issue out of nothing. You know, last 3 years I haven't been there, so yeah, I think this year they're making a little bit more than they should be.
In your rookie year, you started in this game, and there was a conspiracy from some of the stars on both teams to make life miserable for you. Now, as the star's biggest game today, will you try and make Shaq's game more memorable than yours was?
No, I don't think no player should go through that. I think as a young player, you try to come in and just try to blend. That was my motto coming in, and I'm pretty sure that's the same for him. So I respect that. Being on both sides of the table, I can understand what Shaq's going through. So I want him to have a memorable first time so that he could remember it. And, you know, right now, my memorable first time is not the first game. It's more or less the second or the third.
Okay, before we send it back to Bob, just let me say, every time that you are challenged, you always manage to step up. Are you the MVP today? You're going to save your best MVP quotes for me?
You know, I never like to predict before the game, so I'm just going to go out and play hard. I know some of the spotlight is taken from me with Shaq, which is good. So I can sneak in the back door maybe. Who knows today?
Okay, thank you. Back to you, Bob.
All right, Pete, thanks a lot. Some of the numbers you saw on Shaq when he was talking with Ahmad, 24 points a game, 14 rebounds, 4 block shots to this point in his rookie year. If he finished his first season with those numbers, they would be better combined numbers than all the other all-star centers you'll see here today had in their rookie years. Olajuwon, Doherty, Ewing, David Robinson, none of them did as well statistically overall as the Shaq is doing so far in his rookie season. Now, coming up, I'll be joined by Magic and that Magic rookie. A visit with Shaquille O'Neal as we continue on this All-Star edition of NBA Showtime. The Eastern Conference All-Stars set to take the court here at the Delta Center, and there you see Shaquille leading them out there. He is the first rookie to start in the NBA All-Star game since Michael Jordan did so in 1985. Now, just 3 months into his first NBA season, Shaquille O'Neal has exploded onto the scene and taken a place alongside Jordan as perhaps the NBA's 2 most popular players. Magic Johnson and I had a chance to sit down with the Shaq.
At an early age, I used to like to prove people wrong. You're not going to make it. You're going to be in the army like your father. You're going to be on the streets of Newark, New Jersey doing nothing, doing this, doing that. Somebody told me, you see this ball, it's going to put food on the table. You practice with it, you dribble it, you sleep with it, you live with it. And I had my ball while everybody was out playing, hanging out. I was practicing.
Shaquille Rashawn O'Neal is the oldest of 4 children. The Islamic translation of his name, Little Warrior. He was born in Newark, but most of his formative years were spent on the move between Army bases around the world. In high school, the family stopped in San Antonio, where Shaquille led Cole High School to a state championship. The one constant in his ever-changing life has always been a strong family unit and the discipline instilled by his father, Sergeant Philip Harrison.
My dad, he's a strong guy. He told me that, he said, son, I want you to be better than me. I'm in the Army. I could have made it, but things didn't go well. I want you to be better than me. You're not going to hang out and act crazy. You're not going to do drugs. You're not going to be a thief. You're going to be somebody.
Why would I, as a fan, like Shaquille O'Neal?
He's big, he's powerful, he's mean. When he dunks, he gets his legs up, he's trying to rip it off. He can dribble sometimes. He can do a lot of things. He can pass. He dives on the floor. He's a comedian. He's nice.
Big and nice. Why do all big men like to play guard? Why is that a fantasy? I know Kareem, he always, Irvin, let me have the ball. I want to show everybody I can handle. What is that about big centers?
I don't want to play guard, but I just want to show people that sometimes I have handle. I just want to show them that I can throw it between my legs like Jordan can do it, and I can give a crossover dribble like Hardaway can do it. I mean, I don't want to play guard and come up and be calling plays. I mean, sometimes I just want to get it, dribble it up, either give a nice look-away pass or throw it down just to let them know that, hey, Shaq has handle too.
The Shaq attack, huh?
Yep, Shaq attack.
Who does Shaquille like to watch? Who would you pay to watch?
I like watching Jordan. When I was in high school, he used to do things that when you're sitting there watching, you'd be like, he didn't just do that. I mean, he would jump on one side of the lane, bump you in the air, and the guy would be like right there, and he'd just take the ball and squeeze it between you and lay it off the glass, flick the wrist, and it would go in. And, when I'm out there playing against him, he hit 64 on us, I was like, this guy's for real. This guy's for real. So if I was a fan, I would love to see Michael Jordan.
Now, here's what I want to know. How much did he teach you last summer?
Taught me a lot. He's one of the few guards that I can't block a shot. His hook is just so high. But I got it one time, but he was like, no, Shaq, count it. I was
Well, he started at center once in an NBA final against Philly.
He did. But, playing with Magic was a real good experience. Maybe one day when I have children, I can say, son, I played with Magic Johnson all summer, one summer.
Well, now critique his game.
Well, I think that Shaquille has a lot to work on and learn because he's a star, but he hasn't learned how to dominate a game yet. Once he gets his favorite shot, like a Kareem who had his hook, you could never stop that. He's going to be the most unstoppable player. You tell me, what do you feel you need to work on?
I need to work on all parts of my game. right now I really don't have a go-to shot because, I just, like to power my way. But all the time, power is not the answer, so I must develop a go-to shot.
They say that you're the next man in line for that torch. Dr. J passed it to myself. I had to pass it to Michael Jordan. Now it's Shaquille O'Neal's turn. Are you ready to take all that weight and put it on your shoulders and handle that situation?
I hope I am. I'm just going to continue to play hard and dominate, and whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to start thinking about it. I'm just going to go play every day, play like I've been playing, and whatever happens, happens.
You're a modest guy, it's pretty obvious, but are there times when you feel invincible?
Sometimes, yeah. When you're out there in the heat of the battle, you just, things are working out for you. You're making your moves, you're hitting your shots. The thought is just in your mind. No one can stop you. And, sometimes when I'm having a pretty good game, that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel.
What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want fans to remember once it's all over?
Well, I want them to say he was a pretty good player, and he has a couple of championships like you. They can say about you, you won on a high school level, college level, and you won 5 NBA titles.
Man, the man is read up on me, Bob.
He knows.
And I want them to say something like, he won a high school state championship. Things didn't work out in college, but he won 4 or 5 NBA championships. I don't want them to say that he was a great player, but he never won any championships. And that's my, final goal, to win 1, 2, or maybe 3 championships.
Well, succeeding Michael Jordan someday as the league's standard bearer means there are big shoes to fill. But check out these ground pads, these size 20 brogans that they sent over from Shaquille's stash there. How about that?
That is a big shoe. I only wear up size 14, so I don't feel bad now.
Let's check this out just for reference sake, in case I want to keep this fresh and clean, see if there's a place for it in there. Yeah, with room for a fist in there as well to spare.
You got that right.
Size 20, a little bit short of Bob Lanier's 22s, but
yeah, but a big man, he needs he usually have a big foot. And it doesn't matter with Shaquille, He's so big and strong, he probably need them big feet to land on when he comes down dunking on somebody.
And he's got the right attitude, too. When we asked him about the controversy about starting ahead of Patrick Ewing, he said, look, if Patrick had gotten it, I'd shake his hand. Someday a youngster will start ahead of me. I'll tip my cap to him. I asked him about getting in foul trouble as a rookie. He said, no, the officials are not being unfair to me. I got to learn. I'm going up too early to block some shots. I'm getting myself in foul trouble.
Exactly. He's a mature 20-year-old. He understands what he has to work on. He understands that his father has helped him out. And he also understands, Bob, that he doesn't know everything he has to know yet in the NBA and in basketball. So, he's only going to get better.
Now, you all remember that rim-bending episode in Phoenix a couple of weeks ago. Well, accordingly, they're prepared for a Shaq attack here at the Delta Center. This would be your basic backup rim. There it is, just in case. And speaking of Phoenix, which was the scene of that rim bending a while ago, Charles Barkley will be with us as we continue from the NBA All-Star Game right after these messages. Well, no question who the 19,000-plus fans will be rooting for this evening. Both Karl Malone and John Stockton play, of course, for the hometown Utah Jazz, and each will be starting for the Western Conference. In fact, the entire starting 5 for the West is comprised of Dream Teamers, guys who performed for the U.S. in Barcelona this summer. The 43rd NBA All-Star Game is the culmination of a busy weekend of activities. Last night, the joint was jumping for the Legends Classic, the long-distance shootout, and the Slam Dunk Championship. Quinn Buckner was courtside last night.
The Legends began the night's festivities taking a page out of the Harlem Globetrotters playbook, running the famous weave, Sweet Lou Hudson getting the basket, but the game belonged to George Gervin, with the Iceman winning his second straight Legends Game MVP. And in the three-point shooting contest, Cleveland's Mark Price came away the winner. He had the highest score in every round and held on to win the final, when the Blazers' Terry Porter, trailing by just 1 point, missed his last 5 shots to finish second.
Terry was shooting the ball, and he got on that last rack and didn't hit it. That helped me out, but I was just glad to get past the first round, which I hadn't done before, and once I did that, I felt confident.
Then, in the slam dunk competition, the night belonged to Miami's Harold Miner. Moves like the reverse slam put him in the lead, and then he clinched it. going with the windmill move to become the NBA slam dunk champ in his rookie year. Your first time out and you come away with it, man. What do you think?
It was definitely a big thrill for me, to be out here amongst Connie Hawkins and Dr. J and Michael Jordan and all the great players. It was big.
Some people have been calling Harold Miner Little Jordan. He takes a step in that direction last night.
Well, he definitely takes a step in that direction. This guy is a phenomenal athlete. I was really impressed with his explosiveness to the basket. Again, you see that we're starting to get some new blood. We got Harold Miner. Clarence Weatherspoon of Philadelphia was involved in that as well. So the young blood is starting to take over. I like that. I really do. I think it's good for the game.
Well, as we said earlier, plenty of new faces on the All-Star scene. Two of the more exciting ones are Larry Johnson of the Hornets, who will start for the East, and Sean Kemp of the Seattle Supersonics, who'll come off the bench for the West. There with Hannah Storm. Take it, Hannah.
All right, thanks, Bob. Now, these two guys have something in common with the man you've been talking about, Shaquille O'Neal. That's power, size, and quickness. And, Larry, is that the prototype for the new NBA star, do you think?
I would hope so. You know, you find these guys coming in playing a 4 spot and a 5 spot. They all have that package with them. And, to be a good player in this league, you got to have that. And I think Sean may have it a little bit more than me, but I'm trying to get there.
Well, Sean may have a little bit of a problem, right? Because you have a bum thumb that kept you out of the slam dunk contest. How's your thumb right now?
Well, it's a little sore, but this is a game I couldn't miss. This is my first All-Star game, and something I've looked forward to, and I'm just glad to be here.
What's it been like for you?
Well, it's been good. It's been a good weekend. This is a weekend we've all the fellas have hung out together and talked and got to know each other even closer.
All right, well, you guys have fun. Who knows? We may even see you matching up against each other. Now let's send it over to Steve Jones.
All right, Hannah Storm, I'm here with Charles Barkley. Yesterday was your birthday, and your teammates asked me to give you a present. And this is for you and your outrageousness, since you've had so many wonderful things to say. You might need to hide in this. Now, you got everything for your birthday. What is left for you to top this year off?
Well, I think the main thing is we have a really legitimate shot at winning the championship. And if we win it, it'll be great. If we don't, it'll still be great. But we have a good shot at it. We just got to play up to our potential. I think we'll be fine.
All right, everybody's talking about MVP. You got one here, and you would like to get an MVP of the league. Is it possible with Phoenix?
No, I don't. That doesn't concern me. I just want to win a championship ring. A few years ago they rooked me out of one, which I deserved. But that's not my goal. My goal is to win a championship, and that'll make up for everything that ever happened to me.
All right, with Charles Barkley, championship. He's already told me they're going to win the West. Let's go back to Bob.
And, of course, the other players have been expressing their desire to see Shaquille O'Neal. They kind of took an informal poll, and they said, what player here would you, the other players, most enjoy watching perform? And the consensus was Shaquille. But Barkley, as always, was a dissenter. He said, oh, no, my choice is me. The player introductions are next. Dick Enberg, Mike Fratello, and Magic Johnson will join you for that. And they'll have the call of the game right after these messages from your local station. See you at halftime.